It's the Aztecs Power Hour, your one stop for everything Aztecs on XTRA Sports 1360.
Thanks again to Rocky Long. I'll have a little more with Rocky. You're going to be doing women's basketball, so I'll have the coaches show tomorrow night on Kogo from Hooley's in Grossmont. Looking forward to spending an hour with Rocky. Do you know a high school student athlete who has shown their ability to inspire on and off the field? Nominate them for the Dr. Pepper 10 Most Inspirational Player Award. The winner will be recognized on field at the Bridgepoint Education Holiday Bowl December 27th and receive a $2,000 scholarship courtesy of Dr. Pepper 10. To submit your nomination, go to extrasports1360.com, keyword award.
All right, one of the hottest teams in town has been the San Diego State women's soccer team all year long. Now their record is 21-1. That is the best record in the nation, number 2 seed in the West Regionals of the NCAA tournament. And joining us right now is their head coach, Mike Friesen. Mike, first of all, congratulations on your opening round win against Cal State Northridge on Saturday night. I imagine you were pretty pleased at the way your kids played.
Yeah, we were excited about the result. We got out the first round jitters, and hopefully we'll be ready for this weekend.
Got 2 big games this weekend, hopefully at least. That's the plan. Friday night it starts. You're going to take on Cal, a Pac-12 school. What kind of challenges are they going to present for your women?
Cal's a really good team. They have a lot of talented players. I think from a style perspective, they're a little bit more aligned to how we play. So I think it's going to be a really good game. I think we're going to match up well with them. We had a great game with them last year at their place. We lost 2-1 in overtime. So we're pretty motivated about the game, and obviously to be at home, we're excited about that as well.
Yeah, that's the great thing about the way this tournament is set up and the seeding that you guys, which you very well deserve, but to get to play at home where you haven't lost all season long, Friday against Cal, then hopefully on Sunday in the third round. How do you guys use your home advantage? I mean, there's a record crowd out there Saturday night to see you play Cal State Northridge, yeah?
Yeah, we were really excited about the amount of support we had on Saturday night. We were well over our attendance record, and 1,624 people there. It was a packed house, really enthusiastic crowd out there. So that was really good for us, inspired our team to play even harder than we were already. But, no, we're excited about that, and we're hoping to get an even bigger crowd this weekend.
The one thing I didn't realize, and I was reading the game story afterwards, is that playing at the sports deck, a soccer field on top of a parking structure, which is fairly unique, sometimes the bounces are a little bit different than, say, on a regular grass or even a regular artificial turf field that you play on, and that you guys sometimes can take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's not too different. It's more that we play on a Bermuda grass, which goes dormant at this time of the year, so it's pretty hard. And so I think one of the unique things about our surface is just that it is sand-based, and it's not a lot beneath it with the weight that can't be on the top of that sports deck. So, I don't know if it's too much of a different bounce, but we definitely took advantage of a high bounce to get the first goal.
You guys got Cal on Friday night. Chances are you'd get UCLA on Sunday, and then if you're able to win those 2, maybe move on and get a chance to get some redemption against Stanford. I know you can't afford to look ahead. You can't even look past Cal. But how do you match up down the road against a UCLA and a Stanford as well, Mike?
Again, I think their style of play, it's a good matchup for us formation-wise. It's a good matchup, 2, 3 in a row here, depending on who we play. Just extremely talented teams. I think at this point in the tournament, you've got to play at your absolute best, and you've got to get some things to go your way. I mean, that's part of winning a national championship or making a run at it is you have to be at your top of your game. So, I think we like our chances along the way. We're like you said, we're focused on one game only, and that is Cal this weekend. On Friday night, we won't turn our attention to the next game until that one's over. And, we're pretty focused on that one thing. I think that's what served us well all year to get to this point.
We've been finding out more about your players as they've made this run through the season and now into the tournament. Some great features that I've read. We've done some pieces on television. How are the ladies handling that sort of attention that is not overwhelming, but certainly not common necessarily for a college soccer team?
No, it's been a welcome surprise for us as a team. I mean, obviously with women's soccer we don't get as much publicity, but it's been every week. There's been things. It's certainly been different. I think some of them, there were some very personal stories that came out that were a little overwhelming at moments for those players, just with the amount of response that we had to those. But I think at the end of the day, we're excited that it sheds some light on our program and some fantastic young women that are in our program that have, that are real people that face some real issues that have overcome adversity. I think there's some really inspiring stories on our team, but they've handled it well.
Mike, what was the key as you look back over the last few years to putting together a championship caliber roster at San Diego State University, which isn't really a place where you had a soccer tradition? How did you do it?
I think the number one thing that has served our program the best has been finding the right people. I mean, they're very good players, but we have some fantastic young women in our program with exceptional character. We've tried to build a culture that really fosters a family environment, that we really work on how we treat each other and coming together. And I think those things in our program, getting those right people and really doing the research as best we could to make sure we had that environment in our program has really, come to fruition with wins this year because, especially on the women's side, I think the better they get along and the more they're in tune and feel like they're a family, the better they play. And I think that's been one of the biggest keys for us.
Oh, we'd love to see another record crowd on Friday night. It's the second round of the NCAA tournament at the San Diego Sports Deck. Aztecs taking on Cal at 7 o'clock. Win, and they'll play on noon on Sunday in the next game. Coach Mike Friesen, good to have you on the program again, and hopefully we'll be talking about a fourth-round matchup by the time we talk next week on Tuesday.
I appreciate you having me on.
Let's keep it going, Mike. Good luck. Mike Friesen, the head coach of the San Diego State women's soccer team. Certainly a legit contender for the national championship this year, ranked 4th in the country coming into this tournament. Of course, they have Stanford in their side of the draw. Stanford is the number 1 team in the country and the defending national champion. The Aztecs have to win 2 games before they would have a chance to play Stanford in the Elite Eight. And, of course, Stanford is the only team to beat them this year and only beat them 1-0 in a game where the Aztecs thought they outplayed Stanford. So this is a very confident bunch that San Diego State has. But soccer, Ben, so low scoring. I mean, one bounce of the ball goes off somebody's head the wrong way, and you could be knocked out of the NCAA tournament. Let's hope that these kids are able to keep this run going because it's been very thrilling so far.